learned that the Order of Nightshade had been kind of stalking us as far as Glendowen, maybe even further.
Yeah, shit, I forgot about that.
Very
That's
likely
Riza.
thanks to Riza, exactly. Yeah.
Riza, curse your endowed one, expected betrayal.
Betrayal or assistance?
Question mark?
Ah.
But yeah, there were two tales of Deathwing, right? An
Mhm.
older, more forgotten one, and then the more modern one.
Mhm.
Which one was the story of his sort of journey from his hometown?
Older one.
Older one. That was the one we heard first, and how we sort of know the order that he meets his little accomplices in, from the little trumpet boy to the ivory doll.
Indeed.
Story was he heard singing. He followed it out of his hometown, which we're trying to find right now. Which that would be the mundane. That's where the first four are. Is this pinned? The list? It is. It is. Yeah.
There you go.
The poem's at least pinned. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's right
So I
below.
think underneath it.
He walks into the woods, which would be the betwixt, and then he goes into this sort of deep woods, right?
Mhm.
Or is it like a mirrored woods?
I would say it's more of a deep woods, but it is not unlikely that one does not stumble into the deep woods like this. He did talk with the crone prior to this entrance.
Right. He said there by the apostate. But regardless, he entered these strange, deeper woods, which would be the beyond, and that's where he eventually came upon the ivory doll, which spirited him away into presumably the realm of the Witch Queen.
Correct. To those of you that have seen it, imagine like over the garden wall for the beyond, where like it technically is just a woods, but you just know there's something off about it, and its denizens are proof of that. If you guys haven't, go watch the Over the Garden Wall. It's like 2 hours, or like 10 episodes, 12 episodes. Fantastic. So yeah, that is the Elden legend of Deathwing and his creation. Tragedy? Yes. Debatable.
Who knows?
And what was is this poem the newer one?
Correct.
Okay.
It is an account of potentially Deathwing's creation, but you guys now know the other conception tale of Deathwing. But the more important part of it for your guys' purpose, the more true part of it, more true half of it, are the metal oleanders, which I've lovingly called in my notes the gunmetal oleanders because that sounds cool as shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They're not guns; they're made of gunmetal.
We did discuss those oleanders and how we're going to need them to fight Deathwing properly, because they lower the DC.
They lowered the DC of the Cry for Terror. Correct.
Yeah. Makes it possible. Still pretty damn hard though. But possible.
I will say there's one other trait which I don't think I brought up last time. I don't know if it was brought. There was time, or maybe not time, but
we'll find out.
Opportunity for it. If you give an Oleander to a Eulonian, it does help them. It doesn't overcome his outright immunity to their stuff, but it helps. It gives them a little bit of a fighting chance.
So what happens if you give it to Half-Blood?
Yeah, that was it. They've been put to the test one time before.
Right.
One time, as Caspian mentioned. So they didn't test Half-Bloods then, so yeah, they don't know.
And I believe we already have 2 on hand, 3 are missing, and the rest are in the hands of the accomplices.
2 on hand, 6 are missing, 2 are disappeared.
Oh, I see.
10 total. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to find objects of legends.
We.
At one
if only
point,
someone had the legend lore. Wait, the legend lore doesn't locate it for you. Never mind.
Nope.
Yeah, it just tells you about the ship, which could
It just
in
tells you.
turn tell you where it might be, if you could decipher the lore.
Potentially.
Yeah, that's
I'll
potential.
open up that. This one.
It's a fun spell. Just
Yeah.
not used.
It's very situational.
At one point, Tal did arrive on the scene with some things for us to investigate. One being a bit of rope from the trawl that went over the tourney grounds, a bit of Deathwing's blood that he shed when he wounded it, and a single black feather, which was ginormous. And we did some tests with those. Karadok, I believe you investigated the trawl, and you determined that it was... Who helped you? Someone helped you. And you guys determined that it was typically used in the rivers to the north, right?
Yeah, I believe it was Badger and I who were looking into the trawl, and I asked if there was any way to determine if it was like open water or river fishing that it would be used for, designed for river fish, smaller fish.
And I believe you rolled really well as well to sort of figure out what climate it's used in. which
Yeah,
would
what
be
biome?
north. Yeah, what biome? We tested the feather on some of the people present to see if Deathwing's innate Eulonian resistance is just a factor of his existence or activated, and it's the former, because could not crush that feather with his twinky little hands. Caspian's. And the
No.
blood, but what do you guys test with the blood? What do you do that for? Do with that, I mean.
Blood.
Nina is muted.
Motherfucker.
Get
Yeah,
to
let me look at my
everyone.
notes here.
Get to everyone.
Luckily, I didn't say anything yet, but... Okay. Found out that it is alchemical in the sense that it is innately magical. Not really that it can be used that well. It is a twist between human and avian, so uniquely that a locate spell would work on the blood specifically, if I understand that correctly.
Yeah, like there's no there's no margin of error, right? So if I were to
Yeah.
say locate object human blood, I would probably get like 30,000 pings for every blood cell in the region. But if you guys did that on Deathwing, you guys there's no potential other person, as far as you know, as far as you hope.
Yeah. So that's very useful in finding the actual creature itself. It's darker than normal, even when rehydrated, and it is less viscous, so it's more watery. I do remember that it got brighter, and I don't remember why. It was the singing. In the presence of Aurelia singing.
Correct.
It does not react to Caspian's toxins, but it does react to Tal's, which makes sense with the Eulonian thing.
I would say... No, never mind.
Alright. Other than that, I didn't write down any other testing, and I don't think there was anything else that was hugely groundbreaking, otherwise I would have written it down. So. That's what Blood Crow figured out.
Blood.
Go
Does
Feather
hand
Crew.
We talked about the feather.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think we talked about...
There was the tie-in to where Karadok sits on this, given that he apparently has some mixed spirituality.
Yeah, some foolish decisions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Falk asked some questions that terribly offended Caspian. Maybe others present, but they held their tongues.
Caspian does seem to have a deeper affinity for the Hunter Queen and all that, and the royal house.
Let's see what else happened. What else did we talk about?
Caspian also did report that his sister would be similar to Tao running the trail.
Yeah, the one that shot at Aurelia, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
What was the name?
Fiona.
Fiona. We entertained the possibility that once our quote unquote week is up, it might be quicker than we expect it to. The destruction of Eulonian settlements and cities and that because of their time manipulation.
Mm.
We also entertained the idea of using Lady Aurelia as loot, or not loot, a lure.
Bait. She does sing a fine tune, but I don't think that's how it works.
She's a treasure.
Vocal cords, am I right?
It's a dragon logic. So right?
Yeah, if we can get her put on a sort of like a concert, I guess we might be able to lure Deathwing out to attack. But obviously, we want to wait until we have the flowers to do that.
Nah, let's just do it right now. Get it over with, you know.
Party bits.
That's a good
That's
idea. Hey,
seriously
you
gonna
guys,
happen.
you guys are going to make for your next characters.
There is a chance that could work in the same way that you, in theory, can beat that commander, like Cambion commander in the beginning of Baldur's Gate 3. Where I'm
by
like, if
cheating the
if
shit
put
out of it.
every resource you guys have, and you guys really min-max cheese, I guess you guys might be able to beat Deathwing with only 2 Oleanders. It would be hard as hell, but and I don't want to do that. So,
And I don't want to do this.
All you
You're
have
not
to do is
doing
not
it.
be a pussy. Easy.
Okay. Off to a bad start.
What? We just have to not be a bunch of pussies about it. Just go for it. Easy.
totally.
We just need enough explosives to level a town, and then we might have a chance.
And the
Fun
Cambion
dying by
Eulonian made.
yourself, bro.
Shit. Would all gunpowder be ineffective because technically it originated from Eulalia?
Interesting question.
Oh, no.
Oh god, I hate that.
Anyways, anything else, my friends?
I don't think so.
Shrug.
Shrug emotes. Is it a hydration
Galen
check?
Timmy in Dark Souls. Hydration check. I have pure leaf tea. It's
I
peach.
coffee.
Good enough.
I feel like it's
Listen,
not good enough.
the check is a courtesy. Whether you follow through on it is up to you.
Coffee.
Coffee. Alright, then let's jump into it then, shall we?
Sure.
I'm thinking we can do some Lane Dell music because I just love how ancient it sounds. Very monolithic. I will say, before we get there, I will give 2 recap inspirations to Alk and Garth. I think you both did a commendable job in your own rights, so that's why they're 2.
Thank you.
Hey Garth, I'll give you mine if you give me yours.
Oh hell yeah, that sounds like a great deal. Here you go, bud.
Giving inspirations to each other, it curses us, so you'd be trading 2 inspiration for 2 cursed ones.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
Oh, you freaks.
Y'all want to know something really funny,
bad.
actually?
Hmm.
Both Jin and Solgaleo have the exact same health.
Yo!
No different.
Built
That's right.
different, built more tough.
So,
Baller. Anyhow.
we jump back into things. You guys have had a little recess, enough time for little finger sandwiches and teas and other snacks and things like that. It is important to stay nutritious, stay satiated, neutralized,
Neutralized.
and sugar cubes, yes, and sugar cubes.
Neutralized.
I think that's a weapon in Jimmy Neutron.
Wrapped up with the sentient pants.
I don't remember that. That was weird.
Oh god, it's stealing my legs. Ah!
So,
You
guys-
fucking weird.
yeah, the very weird show. So, you guys, having finished your recess, return back to the metaphorical drawing board and perhaps the literal map of things. You guys see Mercer still staying near Aurelia for bodyguard reasons, but nonetheless, he takes a couple steps forward and loops his thumbs through like his pockets or his belt loops or whatever, and just sort of stands there in a cowboy-esque manner.
Yeah.
Well, if we're traveling that far north, it's gonna take time. He looks over past his shoulder at her. Time we don't exactly got. I know. Even with mounts and we ride non-stop. How far would it be to Aladisio? Days. We're not going all the way to Aladisio, though. Half of days, then. Half of days, as Miasla says, we don't have. We have however many days. It's just a question of can we make up for it once we get there.
Hard to say. In order to do that, we would need to find the town, any trace of it. If we can't do that, then dead in the water.
Mercer begins looking around, finds like a. Oh, I'm just gonna say it's like a chalk map because so something you could draw on, right? Chalkboard rather.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs a piece of chalk and then circles around. Oh, move you guys here. Circles around. Zoom. Like here. Just really rough. Thinks about it, expands it a bit more.
Oh no, it's got a tumor.
He erases the middle bit, but I'm too lazy to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
He probably just prestidigitates and everything. But anyways, he points with the chalk at that now wider ovaline circle or ovaline drawing. This is our current search perimeter. We gotta tighten it. There's no way we'd be able to cover all of this cohesively. Scouring and searching, grid pattern, whatever you gotta do. No way we'd be able to cover that in scant days.
With the quote of a nation.
Exactly. So he takes a step back, still holding the chalk, but he crosses his arms and not taps the chalk against his chin, but halfway does it. So let's think. How do we bridge expectation and reality?
How much of this area is forested?
Can't say. He looks over at Aurelia, and she shakes her like, I don't know. Aubrey like leans forward. May I? Certainly.
Please.
The smudge mark of like the preview erasure is still there.
Mhm.
So she doesn't get rid of it. All that territory is plains. Prairies. And obviously we aren't searching in the water. Don't say obviously, you never know. We are looking for fishermen after all.
That uses rivers, not lakes.
Well, seas.
Seas.
You and Vital look like Vital gives you a look. You're not sure if you're earning approval or ire. It's hard to tell if Vital.
It's both at the same time.
Fair enough. Night prospect, would you? On it. She doesn't have the prestidigitate, so... So we've managed to cut it down by half. Half is good. I don't know if it's enough. I doubt they would do something in Pax earlier. They would be spotted for sure. I wouldn't be so sure on that. These thefts. They were sudden. Unprecedented. You can easily see it happening in Pax earlier. Well,
That's Pax
two of
Aurelia?
them- Correct.
Mm.
Where two of them were stolen already.
And Pax Aurelia is around here, right? With his finger, like, circles around the whole western third
Yeah,
of
yeah.
this. circle.
That
Yeah,
spot.
it's right here. And I'll be just...
And if
Put one of these little tokens on it.
I'm too lazy.
Okay, fair.
he taps here a few times. If you're risking this because it's all forested, in the story, Deathwing walks into the forest, which means this western part is going to be, most likely anyway, where he called home once upon a time. And likely where his accomplices are based out of. It's close enough to Pax Aurelia, close enough to the forest. And, well, the only river I know of around here is the Flux de Lis, right?
Sorry, that's correct. It's just...
Yeah,
Very not the one correct. Actually, no, it'll be Aurelia because she's really nice. Fleur de Lis.
But there's an X in it. Never mind.
Not to sabotage a theory, just trying to run through the process here. What about the
Please.
eastern side of it? When a river's there's gotta be.
But there's no forests, are there?
There are forests dotted around, not by the coast, but as they're going inland, yeah. Then it could stand to reason that one of those unforested coastal territories is also, potentially, where this village is. What was it you said before? Vital turns to you, Caradoc. On the net. How wide a river can it coast through? Isn't meant to coast through.
Thinking back on it, it was designed for small river fish. So it logically
Correct.
that would be a narrow river.
Correct. Certainly not the Fleur de Lis, which is like Mississippi width.
Yeah.
Ah,
The fleur de lis is too big. It's with a mesh this small, the fish that it's targeted to catch is no, it's the wrong habitat. It's a small river. It's got to be.
There are rivers that do flow from the Fleur de Lis.
Tributary.
Exactly. Alright, so what do we got then?
the east and the west.
What'd you roll on your nature check, Caradoc? You got really good, right?
Didn't get an at 20.
I think the highest was a 20.
No, was it? No, it was high, but I don't. know
We're
if it's
going
that.
back.
The
Oh,
highest check
back to
for
the
the rope was a
plus-
21.
21.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 21.
13.
Blood was 30, the feather was 27.
I, as a GM, don't like it when the GM just tells me the answers of stuff because I'm just like, but what's the point then? I will say there is a factor. Maybe you'll discover a factor I'm not thinking of, but there is a factor that you guys can use to determine east versus west. It is entailing of the role, the skill you use for that role, which is nature. What could that possibly be?
Could it be potentially climate?
The no, yes, but it would be the elevation of the.
Well, they're both sea level.
Which way the river flows?
Yeah,
But how can we
it'll
determine
always
that?
flow down down geographically. So even if downhill is north, it'll flow north.
The sun?
Not the sun.
The
Yeah,
It
moon?
also
yeah,
flow towards water.
You guys are good.
So,
Yeah,
You
it'll
guys
find
are- you guys
water.
are- You guys are getting there.
If the
Is there
water is
soil
on-
residue in the ropes?
Hmm.
Or maybe moss or something? Something that would, like, grow or attach to it when flowing?
Considering the mountains up here, it should be southwest. But all of the rivers should flow southwest unless they flow into the big lake down here. But if it's up here, yeah.
it's all freshwater, so it can't be that.
True.
Meltwater?
You just say mouth water?
Melt.
Oh,
Ice
mouth water. Oh,
That makes a lot more
I
sense.
said mouth water. I was like, what is that? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. There's your mouth water, sir.
Yeah.
That's my favorite horror game. That would be an interesting factor. Temperature of your water.
Which region has trawlers rather than fishers, I guess?
Yeah.
Could be another factor. But if it's determining east and west,
I say east and west because they are east and west of each other, not because literal east and literal west. I use that as
okay,
a
gotcha.
like, you're not determining sun pattern, east west. I just say because one is east and one is west.
Gotcha. It's determining between the two areas,
Yes.
not determining east and west.
Yes.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of fish are caught?
That's a good way. Temperature is a good way. I would say you guys definitely have already said a couple that I didn't consider, so I'm just like, okay. But yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Is it underground or above ground?
That is fair. Not all rivers are necessarily.
Yeah, but it's
Although it'd be hard to
technicality
troll
of,
an
like-
underground river, though.
Exactly. like it's technically a possibility, but it's not a possibility at the same time.
You guys want me to tell you the one I thought I was alluding to, even though you guys already got other alternatives, apparently?
It's not like hydration of the soil
Let's
or
see,
anything.
yes.
That's my only thought with the lake being in one
Close.
location.
It's adjacent.
And we've already talked about what the rope is made out of. So
What
yeah.
type of plants are growing around?
Adjacent.
What type of birds
It's a-
are around?
It's involving the rope, right?
Yeah.
What's it made out of?
It is made out of woven vine fibers. So it is not like a mass-produced rope woven net. It is
Yeah.
a in the field woven net.
Is it made out of?
I just said vines might be an overstatement. It's fibrous.
Fibrous material.
Yeah.
Is it made out of something like cattails or something that you would find?
Cattails.
It's a genuine question. It's a genuine question.
Yeah.
It is based off of a water-bound flora. One that is well suited to being in the water for an extended period of time with no sign of major deterioration, rather. Like a cattail.
So
so,
the larger.
is there a distinguish we could
still
make
bodies of
between
water?
which? Yeah, like which plants
Mm.
would grow in a lake versus a river?
I'm not saying the answer I was
Yeah.
alluding to until you guys give me confirmation.
I want to
Yeah, I want to know.
Same.
Yeah, I can go.
I think I'll see
Yeah.
it
So the one I was alluding to, but again, you guys have already found other alternatives,
too.
was that there is still sedimentary material that is just part of the plant life. It's like plant's existence itself, right? Because plants live in dirt.
Mhm.
So from that, you can determine
Oh,
Uh,
river bottom.
exactly. You can sort of determine where.
I was close-ish.
You were close, and that's why I was like, But again, you guys
Yeah,
definitely
7.
found some other alternatives. I'm like, that's
Oh,
pretty,
yeah.
that's pretty fair.
The joys of having diverse D&D group.
Nah, it's all man.
We're a bunch of fishermen.
You are.
I like fishing.
You are.
You're a New Englander. You got a racial buff.
Put some
Clan.
stank on that thing, Crash. Damn.
I am also a New Englander because I am him.
So the whole discussion
yeah,
we
you
had
guys,
was also in character.
yeah, I was all in game.
Yeah. We're all just sitting there, hands on chin, like, what about this? What about that? Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I feel like Velly would have some insights to water plants, considering.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would say so. Yeah, you grew up. I'll be a more tropical peninsula, but there are some basic foundations of flora, like life, that you can contribute as well.
I love the
Do-
water. This is great, y'all.
Does your tribe call them cattails, or do you call them, like, dog tails, because fuck the cats?
No, we call them cattails because we chop them up and we fucking weave them for shit. You kidding me?
Nice.
So after your discussion is said and done, I will tighten your guys' search vector. Yeah, I'm actually trying to click on it, but I'm just not letting me click on it. Look at that one.
Let's do that.
I fucking hate Roll20, god damn it. Oh, I got it. Fucking no. Oh, my bad. There.
Okay, that's smaller. It's had a reduction.
Mm.
The forestry would be this yellowish zone.
Gotcha.
Not exact. That's exclusively that, but in that area.
So the theory is that he might have been from here, and then this is possibly the forest he wandered into?
Not Pax Aurelia itself. It's a
Okay.
more recent city.
Hmm.
But there are townships around Pax Aurelia.
Yeah, like little
And-
speckled around.
Yeah, exactly.
How many townships are in this region?
Ooh, that's a question. I don't know if
Snapdragons.
anyone would know. Maybe Aubrey would know. I'll
Roll a history or lore Eulonia?
Ooh.
Jeez. Girly
Ooh.
pop.
Only 14.
Only a 14
Wow.
out of 100.
In this space, she because she's now the person that's drawing stuff on the map. This space, she taps with the chalk, the stick of chalk. Probably, unincluding Pax Aurelia, 10. Definitely more in this area. And she like gestures at the latter 2/3. A lot of people just live in Pax Aurelia when it goes westward, but there are still some communities out there. But all looks better. What? How do you know this? If you hung out with us, you would have heard. She sticks her tongue at him.
So you got for being at social.
Well struck, Nick. Prospect.
Touche. Thank you. She does a bow and a flourish of her cloak.
So cute.
God, if anything happens to Aubrey, I'm gonna cry.
I'll tell
Yeah, it'd be
everyone in this
crazy.
room and then myself.
I feel that fucking bird and then myself.
Then maybe Mercer walks up and points at just the center. We divide and conquer.
That's in the center and then move outwards.
Either the exact center or one of the townships near it.
Hmm.
Or we start at both ends and close inland.
Wouldn't that be better? Because then we'd meet up in the middle anyway.
He
Forces
shrugs.
will be united.
If we can find the water source, that could restrict such area further. Could it not?
All the rivers could have a town. She thinks about it for a sec. Flip that. All the towns would be near a river. Lifeblood.
Right.
Those interested may roll an insight check.
Sure. I'll hit you with one of them.
Sight.
Yes, the other one says
to have the.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
I have
That
failed
lost
the
2 hours on
line.
it, but it was 24 hours.
Yeah.
Insight, you
Yeah, we
say?
have until
In
dinner
short.
time, basically.
In
We had some
short.
good fucking numbers in here, though. 19, 17, just don't need to mention Kirsty's.
Okay. Dahlia, Caradoc, and Roma.
B.
Present.
Falco's run off.
Ah,
You're I'm sorry, mate. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. Oh, actually, you got Irina advantage if you want.
Irina, my beloved.
Irina!
You fucking rock, baby.
Okay.
so about 27.
In-game
Sits there.
girlfriend. Does anyone else have
Yeah.
any sources of inspiration I could tack onto the DC 18 roll? Or not inspiration, advantage, my bad. Advantage.
Is Chikari helping or is she stepping out of this one?
DC 18, so I make it. I'm good.
You're good, yeah.
I could pass over. if
Ace
anyone's
can
thinking
help,
it.
correct?
Ace can help.
Does have a
Oh,
girlfriend?
Pass
Yes, at
over
least
Ace is
that's
a
a
good-
dog.
All hounds are good judges of character.
Hey. That's better.
Fuck, what is
If
it
I
called?
did make it.
Skoldeck.
What?
Thing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've got Skoldick if anyone really needs. Actually, who's really bad?
The only one that fails at this point is just Jin, right?
I think so. And I'm not terribly
You're one-
far off.
You're literally one off. So if you give him a Skoldeck, he cannot roll below a 1.
Okay, there you go. Take it then. Take it.
Ah, sweet, thank
That's
you.
what it is.
What if
Yeah,
you made a
D6,
special
right?
rule where he could crash?
Rolls to 0.
That'd be really funny. I'd be up for that. I'd be up
Ah,
It
man!
doesn't matter. Oh man, you fucking suck dick, bro.
for that. I regret giving you that dice. I want it back.
Sucks. Okay, so you guys all succeed. And the mention of, a river is a town's life, but you guys do see Vital in a moment of micro expression, like his eye twitch, and he turns away.
Oh. What does that mean?
Mhm.
Drought.
Yeah, he's actually dead. He drowned.
No.
He's dead. Been dead this whole
Dehydrated.
That's
time.
why he has no light. That's why he has no
Yeah,
light.
he's dehydrated.
Yeah, you guys catch that little insight, literal.
Oh la la.
I imagine that's more
All right,
of a
so
recent problem. Sorry, go on.
all right, so we can't use river proximity to narrow down which town it might be.
We can use dirt.
Does the sentiment get changed all that much in this tidal zone? Was it 40, 50 miles?
I don't know. I don't know dirt.
Actually, who wouldn't? Yeah, I think about it. And then looks at Tao.
Jin.
Jin, the nature boy.
Dirt boy, go.
I'm more animals, but I can do dirt.
Can you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
dirt this far away? Points out where you guys are currently on the map.
Hmm. Hmm.
Of course
He
you can.
thinks about it. He thinks about it real hard. How difficult would that be?
What do you think?
Probably. To judge which... You're banking on there being a difference of this dirt and this dirt.
Yeah.
Because like the center is where it shouldn't be, right? If he ends in the forest, then logic would dictate that the beginning is not in the forest. So you guys only have 2 real locations to search in.
Mhm.
So it's a question of how different do you think this dirt and this dirt is?
I would imagine if they built a notable township here in the form of Pax Relia, there might be a notable fertility here. Whereas this is probably survival.
No, you know this. Pax Relia is built where it is because it's the only elevation for the entire prairie land.
Oh, okay.
All this is like flat, generally flat ground. This is a mound.
Gotcha. Then maybe more rocky, gravelly kind of soil kind of thing, as opposed to maybe more loamy clay. So it wouldn't be impossible. I'm just saying it wouldn't be easy.
Roll it. Roll your nature.
I can hit you with
Tao will
that
help you
nature.
for advantage.
Yo, my boy.
This is sort of beyond Tao's technical care. He really wants to kill things that are beyond this world, so definitely is like half beyond the world. So he's like,
It's close enough for him.
eh.
Can I get like a Skaldic or something for my good buddies?
No.
Take a
Well,
Bardic.
good thing there's a different one. Oh, Bardic, yeah. Hers is D8?
Yeah. And Takari can give you one as well,
Yo.
which is now a
I
D8.
have a wild card that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
So usually local townships and villages have different ways of cooking fish. If we can determine what fish it is, and if there's a known type of dish in one of these townships, that could be indicative of something.
Wait, hold on.
But you do not have fish, merely the net. You rolled 3 nat ones.
That's mathematically doesn't make sense because I have 5 dice I could toss on this.
You probably overloaded it.
Oh, okay. So which ones did it roll then?
It looks like the D4 Guidance, D4 Wild Intuition, D4 Montessian Blessing.
The 8 in that case?
Yeah, another one.
It was meant to be very bad on the bonus dice.
Apparently, but you rolled solid on the first, the actual D20.
So a 30 flat. I don't feel I need to use inspiration to reroll that. I think 30's pretty fucking good.
I would be inclined in normal D&D bound ranges. It is. Okay. So, trying to utilize sediment, literal dirt, and its consistency and make and composition as a way to further narrow your search vector. My favorite guy in Despicable Me, by the way. In case you guys didn't know that.
God damn it!
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I should make that sound bite.
yeah.
No.
Please,
So-
no.
So the major point would be not necessarily the dirt. Okay, it is the dirt itself, but in correspondence to its flora. Grassland prairie versus forestry, which is
That
both
makes
of them,
sense.
both potential zones, and then a more coastal or more coastal climate in which different flora manifests, comes into being, gets spawned in by the GM. That is going to be the main differentiator for us. Now, if I were to blue ball you, I'd be like, oh, it's in this net was used in a forest, and thusly you get no answer whatsoever. Because both sides have a forest to it. No, I wouldn't do that too, though. That would be pretty funny. That would make me go hee 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 like the duck hunt dog. No. This very limited sediment on this small sample of a net that was cast into the fucking air, and it's suspended in that air, by the way.
Remember
Yeah,
that time Ode's character was able to figure out that a ring was like carved by goblins, therefore he found out who the psychopathic killer was? we're getting to
It was a
that
mind
point.
goblin.
The what?
What's a mind goblin?
It's psionic.
Come on, come on. What's a mind goblin? You can't just say you're fucking stupid.
Just global mind goblin. Why you ask me what a mind goblin was if you aren't gonna articulate what a mind goblin is? Fucking legend
It's
of Vegas,
psionic.
love it. It's psionic. Tear streams out. No. The dirt, so the little that it is more clumped together, indicating a more coastal environment. Not because this is used in literal water, might I add, but yeah, in the woven fibers of it, it is more of a coastal climate, which would be. Might I? So it's like my Battlefront.
You're peeking the mic so hard.
Yeah, it doesn't like Battlefront noises, I guess.
Mhm.
So yeah, you guys have now cut your search zone in half once more.
Let's
You
go.
guys started at like this.
I made
Actually,
it
it's
to-
less than. Then you made it down to that. Then you made it down to this. My bad, you guys made it down to this, and then this.
Yeah.
We're so cool.
We reduced it from possibly an actual like 100 townships to like 5.
It was 6 and 4. So this is the 6, I'm afraid.
Ah.
As Aubrey said, there are less townships in your Pax because people just live in
Yeah,
Pax
why would I
Vitholius.
not live in Pax
Yeah.
Vitholius at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So this is. You guys see Mercer use like his pinky finger and his thumb as like an impromptu sextant.
Oh yeah,
Just
making like a...
Doot. 30 miles, give or take. Better than 50. You guys see Aurelius smile. A fantastic stout. Could be better. Marcel, I'm kidding. It is pretty solid.
That's right.
Yes, considering 20 minutes ago was an entire quarter of the nation. It's pretty good.
A quarter of the nation. You guys turn to see the new entrant, new entrant.
Oh. And who might...
Actually, you guys want to stay on the map, or you guys want to...
Let's go here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the social map.
That's awesome, exactly. There you go.
All my favorite characters here. Mercer with his gun, Vital with his frown, the big ant.
The big... the boy who sucks really bad at the competition.
He's more of a support
Damn.
builder, right?
I love him so much, but also he was not meant for this.
You guys see Farron entering or approaching you guys, saying, "A quarter of the nation." Seems I missed something. Farron, apologies for being delayed. I had to rendezvous with my order. My fellowship. He was at fellowship.
You're only human.
You guys, if you're interested, may roll me your insight.
Yeah, I thought something
Yes,
sounded fishy
sir.
in how he said that.
Ooh, okay. Well, since you mentioned it, why not?
No, I didn't have advantage,
I
son of a bitch!
I
You
wasn't
didn't have
suspicious
advantage.
at all that long ago, but now I need to know.
Exactly.
I'm not getting to know.
Thank God for that advantage, huh, Badger? Avoiding that
Yeah.
one. Whew.
Yes.
It's not about
thanks for that.
succeeding, it's about avoiding failure.
Failing upwards.
Failing upwards, exactly.
What joke?
Ace
What
proves
joke?
to be the best once again.
I need to know.
does.
when Farron walked in, like, a quarter of the nation, without any context, Fuck was gonna be like, yeah, during your meeting, Deathwing struck again. We lost a quarter of the population.
That would have been such a bad
That would be
move.
very strong and
Come on,
like dark
You
humor.
have to. That's such
That's who-
Yarg humor. Come on.
It might actually piss Tal off.
Dahlia hears him. He opens his mouth, and then you hear him go. and close his fucking
You-
mouth.
You were gonna tell a joke, weren't you?
Yeah.
Well,
It was gonna be
I
a-
wanna hear it. He leans in.
Mina leans in. Was it gonna be a good one? So anyways,
to hold him.
onto these insights. Caradoc, unfortunately failed. Dahlia, unfortunately failed. The rest of you would catch Farron, having a bit of a polite social stumble. He rolls through what he just was intending to say just fine. That, to most people, you wouldn't, no one would really detect it. You guys rolled pretty well in your insights. He does have a stumble that he comes back from pretty fast, seeing that, not surprising that Aubrey is here, not surprising that Vital is here, or maybe a bit more than Aubrey's, maybe a little bit. It is quite surprising to him that they're both here. We're figuring out where to go. Chase down Deathwing.
He's Cronus, at least.
It's a start.
We plan on bringing him down. We have a very large rope that we intend to lasso him with.
He looks at you with like a quirked, quirked eyebrow of a smirk on his face. Is that so? And Vital agreed to this plan.
It was his idea.
Oh, that's really? He looks at Vital, who just stares dead at him.
Do not continue this bit.
No, I need to roll one.
Intimidation.
Yes.
Please. Nat 20.
I'm not rolling for him.
Is this how we turn him into a hat? Yes, we're going to catch him that way. Good.
the biggest bird hat ever.
Oh yeah, the most majestic bird hat.
Mhm.
The vengeful bird
Turn
hat.
you into a down blanket.
Falk has
A blanket
nightmares
and
every time
a
he sees
hat.
this.
Okay. A blanket and a
Oh.
hat. I think we can do that.
This is oh my god! This is update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds. It's Deathwing. You just carved him up for feathers.
Arch-tempered Deathwing.
Yeah.
So you might be wondering what I just rolled there. It was
Very
it was a persuasion,
Yeah.
Very good persuasion too.
an expertised persuasion with a +4 charisma modifier with guidance.
Is it Farron being charming?
Oh, it's not fair being charming.
Hmm.
Tall.
Oh.
Yes, Tal. Yeah, Tal. Tal's so charming, bro. Him
Don't I know it?
negative charisma score. Anyways. So you guys is like, oh yeah, it was Vital's idea, and Farron looks to Vital, and with like a quite not pain but like strained smile, like, I see. Vital is still looking at Farron. He blinks once. Jesse, give me inspiration.
I knew that's where I was gonna go.
Farron just blinks a couple
Very
times.
good.
Vital having the ability to joke.
Yeah.
The whole
I-
squad.
See.
Yeah. We still have it on. Oh fuck! Can you say back burner?
Yeah, that's because that'd be like
Concept.
the back piece on a stove. That would be the back burner for like.
Yeah, there we
stew.
go.
Yeah,
We'll keep you on the back burner for now.
you guys are so mean.
I'm sorry.
Me and Vital,
Me?
me and Vital can catch you up, Farron. I would appreciate it. But it sounds like you've made quite the strides. If I need to be caught up.
We've managed to narrow down from searching the corner. That corner. A quarter of Eulonia to.
Aubrey's like gesturing like a hand model, like the white on the chalkboard, like here, this much, like Price is Right, or like fucking oh god, what's the one where you say a word or say letters and like it
Wheel of
rolls it
Fortune.
down with
Oh.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, actually like
With
Wheel of
Vanna
Fortune
White.
style, like
How do I
this
remember
much,